in the lane and then pop off later on. But with the Ahri pick here, you know, you have a lot of pick potential here with Vi. This is a composition that will really struggle to front to back with Zeri if it doesn't actually fall extremely far ahead. I say fall. If it doesn't land on its feet ahead.
All right, Umpty having a bit of a dance already. I like that, getting off onto the right foot as far as the mentality is concerned. Very nicely done. They've left their jungle. It's going to be annoying if they pick Lee Sin or something like that, but it's fine. We're going to pick the Akali into it for the laning matchup, as now Vikla can use the Foxfire to try and get out of here. Umpty already applying a fair bit of damage here, utilizing his red buff that he picked up earlier. I think it still works out in the mid game.
I also think that it's only picked by the best players in this matchup a lot of the time because it is a finesse matchup, as you called it earlier, and it is very complex.
Well, Lava's going to have to flash as Delight's going to come in. Umpty joins as well as Cuz has to flash to get out of the way. Umpty is likely to die. However, he manages to take down his prey earlier on. Lava doesn't have his flash anymore, but KT not going to fight this one out as Delight just puts the Lulu on a leash, and in comes Henna now as well. They can get another kill. This is massive for them as Orbit Deception and the Charm will connect, and Life even survives. KT make the trade all about them, and now Fred and Brion find themselves in a rough position. Just flew in on top of Umpty and Delight.
The biggest loser will definitely be aiming here is, okay, here we go, level 6.
Yeah, can Rascal find the backflip as there's the perfect execution, hits the backflip shuriken, and that is what we're talking about. Solo kill for Rascal. And now's as good a time as any to start racking those up.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned it was the biggest loser of this was aiming because he is now going to be denied a ton of farm, and we're turning this lane into a 4v4. I know Valdez is pulling his hair out backstage as everybody's going down to the bottom lane, and it's going to be an extra plate going over here. Very split, of course, to Fred at Brion, but aiming is losing some farm here. Ryze does have Realm Warp, won't necessarily need to use it. They could just turn this into a Drake take.
What's going to happen here is Yeah, we'll see whether he calls it.
Yep, yeah. He's like leveling, gets in there.
Beautifully played. Beautifully played.
And then Rascal, this is his first-person view up here on the perfect execution. Not so immune after all versus the Akali, gets inside that mist.
Yeah. As we're going to see the replay from a different perspective, while in picture-in-picture we've got a battle towards the bottom side.
Yeah, he's worried about those.
You just got to check out the farming sometimes, as I don't know what's happening. Okay, we do have the Drake going down. I think this is real life. Well, it's a video game, but you know, we're in real time.
We're in the present.
Lava is going to get taken down very, very low. The Assault and Battery comes on through. Umpty appears back in yet again, though, but Vikla holding onto the flash for such a long time. Delight is going to pick up the kill, however. Cuz goes down, and now Rascal looking to try and get in here. Gets a thumbs up there from Delight, who walks pretty quick.
Drake has not been taken this game. It's still up here. We're, you know, cresting 9 minutes time. Herald has been up for a long time. It's just non-stop fighting. Rascal.
Yeah, Delight's going to come on over, though, so Rascal's going to be able to get the solo kill. Ults to get himself out. There is the smoke screen, so he should be absolutely fine. Yeah, Twilight Shrouded, backflipped away. Easy peasy, just like that. As Umpty's going to come on over, but he notices that there is now life in this brush also, so it's not just Cuz that he has to deal with. Still, with Lava moving down, might be able to tussle, but deciding not to go for the 3v3 as Henna does have control of this bottom lane.
If the rotation happens of the Zeri, the Ryze can, okay, hold on.
Yeah, Vikla going to get kicked back, does have to flash as the Spirit, the Spirit Rush going to be on cooldown, but there's the ulti out of Cuz. He picks that one up, Salt and Battery well and truly on Umpty here towards the bottom side.
Going to be a tough one, but if they could pop off, if the Akali gets into the backline, there is a way.
They have to be able to get this set up though, and you can see Fred and Brion able to rotate down and now fight it out against Rascal. Morgan goes immune for a moment as Vikla, he may have found the angle, doesn't find the charm though, and the Everfrost also goes relatively wide. He creates a lot of space, but the Wild Growth has to be used on the Ahri. Cuz now below half health, Extendo Beam, and Cuz just Vault Breakers in, flashes out. Thank you very much. Vikla now flashing to get himself out of the way, but Umpty snags him with the Sonic Wave. Now Life trying to escape, and Lava just ends him with that Rune Prison. Fred and Brion will be able to take a turret, but they do have Soul Point denied. That teleport is not the one you want.
And they're looking for another steal. Cuz does not have flash, but has his smite back up.
Yeah, Vault Breaker is going to get him into the pit as he does go golden as well. Can aiming distract him from long enough? Oh, he steals it away, and they manage to kill Umpty. It's all going wrong. Here is your Zeri moment, Wolf. Not the one we're expecting, but it's the one aiming wanted.
A quadra kill here as they buy enough time and Fred at Breon.
They decide the game on their terms, right? And yes, they lost. However, if they had been able to get the Baron after winning that fight, the game would have been very, very difficult for KT to ever come back from.
Yeah.
In the end, though, they decide to lose the game for themselves. Sometimes it's tails, you know?
I think they could have played that Baron fight a lot better, but again, it's such a difficult champion to lock down in the Zeri. And if you walk away, you lose the Baron, and the Zeri is looking to fight you in a choke point as you're trying to leave the Baron pit. It's a really rough situation there. He's ready for another POG vote. He's like, give me another unanimous one.
Well, there's an Assault and Battery. Cuz is just going rogue here, guys. Not entirely sure what's going on. Does not have Flash. He has Vault Breaker. He's trying to get himself out, but it's not going to work. It was a very strange maneuver that he went for there.
Yeah.
Sometimes your R button requires pressing. Cuz felt that itch.
And now she has IE, so that poke that we were talking about that was really successful at setting up for that Baron fight, it's better now.
Well, there's the flash kick. Umpty is going to land the Sonic Wave as well, as Rascal's looking to try and get himself out of here. He does backflip, lands it onto Umpty there as well, as yet doesn't go into the Realm Warp. Really like the play, and they secure the kill onto the Akali. She was trying to do some tricky business there with the shuriken that she had landed, but didn't have an opportunity to, as now KT continuing to push. Vikla here towards the top side will have Delight coming on in. Being kind of dictated by Vikla. Vikla needs to land a few more of his abilities, and when he does that, things are going to be great. As you can see, lands both of them this time, and Amy's going to collect himself another kill. Now the ult in celebration as Assault and Battery will come on through, and Cuz is going to finish it off with the Vault Breaker. Now Umpty running for the hills, but he'll get charmed up, and all of the missed charms were just a bait here, as now Rascal is chasing down the Lee Sin, his old arch nemesis, and that is going to be KT picking up almost the ace, as it's just Delight remaining. But KT will still win the game off the back of that team fight.
Yeah, really good fight for them on Baron. And now KT, you know, was a rough start to the mid-game, but all they needed was one great team fight. Fred at Breon, they won the fight on Drake, but it was a greedy Baron. They should not have taken the risk. That's all it takes.
Yeah, really beautifully played here by KT. Aiming, we didn't really realize it, but he was the poke portion of this composition. 6-0-2 on the Zeri. They didn't fight when it wasn't perfectly optimal for them. And Fred at Breon could just never really push the envelope hard enough in order to give themselves those advantages. Aiming somehow tops the damage here as well.
You know, the big difference in this draft was the support targeting to make sure that it's going to be a tougher lane for Aiming and Life, which doesn't really work out here because Karma is locked in, and now they get the tank that could have been banned, of course. And with an R ban, I would have really liked the tank zone out here because it might have forced Rascal to play Akali again.
All right, pretty even as far as the fan chance. It'd be my assessment here. Although I'm not entirely sure whose side of the rift we are on. Fred at Breon's side of the rift. Quite successful, as also manages to get full vision on what Umpty's doing as well. All right, Delight is just going to decide to go in here as Life has been lit on fire. Delight going to take the favor returned, as Henna is going to lose out on the trade in the end because Life has his mantra back off cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, there are arguments for both we've made a lot, but I personally prefer Predator just because the function of Skarner is to grab somebody that you're running at. Don't need the phase rush as much. It's going to be useful for getting away, but you're not trying to get away usually.
Yep. Okay, he's
Delight's
trying to say,
teasing
now
him.
get out of here.
And this Silver Pick hasn't gotten the value they wanted. His ult comes out.
Yeah, Rascal's looking for it. He finds none of the Rams and will therefore just walk away. He had 300, 400, oh yeah, 450 health, so I guess, you know.
Cuz doesn't even ult when Umpty uses his, and, you know, just a free Herald.
Oh, there's on the hunt, and yep, you just press Q, and then you steal the Sivir. That's first blood going over to Aiming. Not sure whether we're certifying that Zeri moment, but it's certainly bad news for Fred Breon.
Yeah.
KT gave away 2 early Drakes last game as well, and then decided to turn things on.
If you grab someone.
Cuz is running pretty quickly. Zenith Blade does get over on top of the Skarner, who's taking a lot of damage. The ulti comes through from the Poppy as well. That's going to secure. That one is now aiming by himself, has to dash over the wall. Vikla weaves wall to get himself back to the fight. His life has to flash away. Rascal's going to turn up, but he is way too late to this battle as the Realm Warp comes on through as well. Fred Brion, they are not done with this one, as Vikla does make it underneath his turret, and so therefore Fred Brion will back away, but they are bloodthirsty right now.
That was a really good call from Delight to look for that engage onto Cuz, and Cuz actually ends up impaling the Leona, which is, you know, all right, KT, Morgan's on the flank angle, Realm Warp comes through.
Yeah, Realm Warp to deliver them onto this dragon very, very effectively. KT right over here though. Weaver's Wall going to come through. That will split up this fight somewhat. And we don't get the Ram's return. Great double knockup though, however, and Rascal's still going to find the value. But now Henna's able to get those autos through. Life is going to fall down aiming. This is not the Zeri moment that you wanted to have, as Vikla will be able to secure the kill onto Henna, who just overextended into this team. Now Umpty has to flash to get himself out of the way, but Rascal now finds himself in the back of this pit with no options. And Fred Brion, they win out the fight. Aiming, he didn't fall down, but the rest of his team fell like dominoes.
Yeah, and this time around, I don't know if there's going to be a Miracle Baron that gets taken right after here from KT Rolster. And also this time, they don't steal the Drake. And drawing a lot of parallels to the last game as Aiming's to look for a steal.
That was very strange. Aiming's able to get himself over the wall and does not die, but Steadfast Presence, yeah, mitigates that one quite comfortably. Pretty large this time for the Sivir.
Phantom Dancer is huge, not for its stats, but because of its passive. The Spectral Waltz is looking for an angle here.
Yeah, Morgan likely to get impaled as, yeah, just nothing doing here. Morgan is, okay, he's going to be immune for a moment. Umpty's going to turn up here, and Morgan, he bought enough time. Vikla not going to be so lucky. Life wiped from the map. And KT, I mean, I don't think the Skarner pick's working out for this team.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Atlas. And once again, Teleport is available here, so you have to respect this. The damage output that Fred Brion have at this point with the lead they have is massive, and now you've just given them over a free Baron. Cuz has Hex Flash, but he's too late.
Yep, it's going to be taken by Henna as an Extendo Beam came across, so that was close. However, Fred Brion obviously weren't nervous whatsoever. I understand what you're saying in chat, I assume. Well, Rascal gonna have to try and deal with Morgan here.
2 levels down.
Yeah, just hanging out underneath this turret, but he will get impaled and pulled all the way back. Life is gonna collect that kill, and the Lord will perish in this moment. However, he was split pushing, he was doing his job.
But it's really just about, can you set up a fight?
Well, heroic charge going to come through here as Solar Flare connects as well, cuz they're just trying to blow him up, and they will do so. Lava suffering the same fate, almost, as he does run it out. He's limping, though, as we've got the battle between Morgan and Rascal being won by Morgan. Of course, in the side lane, Gwen's always going to take that one, but Rascal is at least still stopping that inhibitor from going down. There are 25 seconds on the Elder, and I think that KT have that on their mind instead.
If you don't fight for the Baron here,
Ooh,
okay.
Great little flick there onto Umpty. KT lands another one of those. They're going to be happy about it, as Shirelia's going to be used. Although I believe that was actually just the Mantrid Inspire. Yeah, Shirelia's not on cooldown just yet, as Cuz flashes, gets the Impale, and now they're trying to lock down Umpty. They will be able to get that kill, but can they win the team fight? As Aiming trying to keep himself safe. He jet sets over the wall, and he will be okay for now, but the Sivir damage is absolutely real. Vikla going to have to munch through some of that honey fruit. And now is looking for a return to base. He did manage to reapply his teleport.
Teleport's back up. He wants to stick around a little bit longer. Realm Warp avoided here.
Yeah, the Realm Warp actually was going to be fantastic at stopping Vikla from being able to make it back in. Cuz now looking for Delight. Rascal trying to be that frontline. Extendo Beam is all that Aiming's really offering to this fight right now. And the Sivir just picks up 2 kills. In the meantime, Morgan is just taking matters into his own hands, running into the mid lane. Aiming. Yeah, he hasn't died this game, but this Nexus is going to, and Fred Brion are going to take us to a game number 3, Wolf.
If it was an even game state, KT played that so well, and the things we could say about their fight for this neutral objective were massive, but they're just too far behind. There's too many angles for Fred Brion.
Exactly right, and Delight is like giving Aiming his little mini Zeri moment while his Nexus is being destroyed.
That was one of the best fights you could ever see from a team 8,000 gold down, but it isn't going to be enough. And there never was a Zeri moment this game because she was put down early. Yeah, got that early kill.
Oh my God.
We carefully didn't certify it because we knew there was a chance. KT, we're not going to be able to turn that into something bigger.
Work 6 times, I guess.
I like this way more than the Senna, though, because I think Senna with this draft, you have a Wukong, Ahri comp, and you're trying to use a Senna in these longer fights against Sylas, Aatrox. You are asking for a disaster in the mid game.
All right, here we are. Onto the Rift for the 3rd game. Of course, Fred Brion makes sure that they give you their entire money's worth for these matches, not leaving you without any of the entertainment that could have been left on the table. And that's why we love them, because they're all about their fans and giving them the longest possible experience with them on the Rift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as good as the ultimates are to steal here, I feel like it's definitely not the best Sylas angle. Like, it's good, but he's going to be strong in mid-game fights no matter what. You have Sylas plus Aatrox, even if he doesn't have Hijack available. That's a great team fighting composition here. And yeah, it's not going to be... Okay, hold on. Umpty.
Yeah, aiming. He's relatively low on mana. He's going to get lit on fire as Henna should be delivered this kill. Yep, very comfortably. Delight tanking up the turret beautifully. Henna picks it up. Didn't really want it there. As now Cuz Nimbus strike in, and that is, oh, the bailout. It's not going to save his life, and that is 2 kills for the Monkey. All right, it looked really good for Fred Brion until it was an absolute disaster. Lava might also be solo killed off the back end of this one. And aiming immediately teleported back to lane, so he's not going to miss out on any of the farm.
Yeah, this ends up being really nice for KT, actually. Cuz coming in for the counter gank, picks up 2 kills. And yeah, Felios grabs 1, that's nice and all, but Messiah has teleport. Henna does not. So he is going to be, back to lane late. We'll be able to, of course, catch some of those minions.
As Vikla, he's rotating up to have a look for Umpty here, who is going to be discovered on his Rift Scuttler. Vikla and Cuz going to be over here, as Umpty is going to be able to secure this one, but the Cyclone comes down. Vikla finds the charm, and Umpty is just punished for greeting for the Rift Scuttler.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to force this. Now he's dead, as the Rift Herald spawns in 20. He will come up before that, but, this is a huge window for KT to actually kind of have guaranteed setup for this one. Ooh. Such an important objective.
Yeah, well, Lava, if he can win this one.
For this Rift Herald fight, because it was used to kill Umpty, so that's actually a huge boon for them, and as a result, they're not going to be able to take this one. So actually,
the best.
Getting a kill here does end up leading to Fred Brion grabbing Herald control.
Yep, and the drive by Bristle there as well. Rascal's like, nice job, guys. You just go to it. Have a good time as we check out the pick onto Umpty yet again.
Yep. Notice in live, KT going to evacuate from Drake, so that one's going to go over to Fred Brion. Not a whole lot to say here. Greeting for a scuttle.
And Cuz is going to be greeting for something else. Lava's going to pick up a solo kill onto the jungler. Not entirely sure how that one was set up, but certainly not so good here from Cuz.
Yeah, what we last saw in the live picture-in-picture was KT backing away. There's, okay, I have to watch this unfold.
Well, especially now. The quickness has come down. Life is just going to take so much damage. Hostile takeover came in there as now Cuz just getting thrown around like a ragdoll. Delight just controlling this fight right here. Lava is trying to keep himself alive, but the abduct is not going to be enough to save him. Orb of Deception not doing the damage that it wants to. So I believe that was just a 1-for-1 in the end.
Yeah, 1-for-1, but very messy on both sides here. I think the...
Well, we get the bad news as Charm will connect here. Lava actually able to dash his way out. Does have the abduct as well, as now Cuz trying to find a bit of damage here as in goes live. Finds himself the grand entrance as Cuz is going to lock down the kill. Vikla on this Ahri, absolutely fantastic, as well as the bailout comes through. They try to keep Lava alive, but it's not going to work out. Rascal will unfortunately fall, but Fred Brion still lose out on the trade.
And he's, playing alongside Arya is okay.
Oh dear. Okay, well, World Ender comes through, but I think it might be the Lord's World that is ending. It takes a little while, and we'll give Lava some time to get in there. In goes Umpty as well, knocked up by the Cyclone, but he's back in there again. Hostile takeover to come down as well. Rascal ignored because they want the squishy targets. Life trying to dash out of there. Cuz being tricky, but he will be taken down. And Fred and Breon get their revenge top side of the map. Well, KT ruined their outer turret mid.
Because the Ahri is fed, and she's happy to soak that engage.
Well, Cuz is going to dive forward. Lava's just going to use his stolen Spirit Rush in order to get himself out of dodge. There's another one of those. Uses it here as Shirley's going to pop down towards this top side and look to lock down another turret here for KT. It's largely why they have a gold lead at all, is their structure destruction. And they will be able to get another one here, 20 minutes into the game.
I believe Rascal saw him, actually, or maybe he wasn't looking. It was weird, the vision that was changed there. Here we go.
Yeah, they are going to deny Rascal's escape here. Yeah, no Arctic Assault for you. And that is going to be the handshake guaranteeing it. But in goes Life. He kind of misses the CC this time, and Delight is going to be able to lock down that kill. They pick up a free extra one also, as Vikla kind of donated his life there. Back to come through now for Henna, as we're looking for our first turret on the side, second turret on the side of Fred Breon. You can, but you're not going to be doing as much as Henna when he hits a few items. As Flash comes out from Delight, trying to get himself to safety. It's going to be difficult, though, as Umpty at least throws through the ultimate. Now Henna with red and white guns, but he's zoned out of the fight. Just can't get through the wall here. Finally, Gale forces in as Lava picks up that first kill. Henna now in the backline, able to DPS. Some knockups, some good disengage from KT, but the chains will connect. Lava gets the Kingslayer off as well, but Fred and Breon had no follow-up. They're not able to go in and protect their Silas. Bit of a flank angle here for Umpty. They're trying to corral them. Henna looking to land some damage. Good little charm connects on Umpty, and he'll just get blown up. No chance for him. No chance for Henna either, who tries to Gale Force to get himself out of the way. Cuz is going to almost get hit by his teammate's ultimate. Oh, it's Lava that hijacked it and took it away. Cuz will get secured, though. And Fred and Breon are looking to try and turn. Even though Umpty has died, Henna's still doing a lot of damage, and Lord Morgan can be there as that front line.
There's just not going to be a clean team fight this game. It's just not going to happen, Atlas. And Henna gets a few of those pieces of honey fruit, comes back up to half health, has awkward guns for the fight, but does some damage back. KT looking to actually hold on to this Drake. Henna's still here, does not hold the back.
Look at Morgan. He just walks in there.
TP comes through.
Zero fear whatsoever. Both junglers are dead. Umpty's now running back, but there are no smites for anyone, as Fred and Breon do pull it out of the pit, aiming. Wants to be able to snipe it, and he isn't going to be able to.
Nice try.
Good old jungle Aatrox here.
Yeah, he still has one at the moment, but the items he has on the champion he has is not as valuable as Henna's damage and the consistent damage output he's going to have once he hits that third one.
Well, this Baron is going down extraordinarily low, and Umpty, they have like no information. They just don't know that this is dead. It went down to 7 health, did not matter whatsoever, as Sejuani is going to secure it with her extraordinarily powerful auto attacks that are able to do. There's the Glacial Prison collected. Lava still not level 16 yet, as there is the Glacial Prison that does go down. Umpty just dives himself in there, does a fair bit of damage. Hostile Takeover also going to come down as, all right, Assault and Battery comes in, and here is Morgan into the backline. The Xayah immediately goes down. Life has to go golden. Vikla off to the sides doing a bunch of work, but that Infernum, now that the Infinity Edge is done, is doing some damage. But Vikla still alive. He's the dangerous one. It's Cuz trying to get in there, and Vikla's going to kite them. Henna, can he stay alive? Is the question. He's down so low as Rascal was threatening. He doesn't have the ulti available, though. And KT somehow limped through the team fight. What it does, if Vikla wasn't playing so extraordinarily well, is now Lava going to dive in yet again, find some quickness value, flashes on top of the Ahri as well, but the Spirit Rush is available once again. An explosion of damage, and there goes the Renata Glass, because aiming can Blade Call to get a bunch of this damage onto Henna and to Umpty, whilst the rest of KT are dealing with the Aatrox. And now Umpty, yep, not long for this world. KT will pick themselves up an ace. They are just playing better, Wolf.
It's one of those KT 2-1, nothing to see here angles.
Absolutely.
There were definitely no problems in game 1. We were not behind game 2. We could just let it go game 3. A lot of awkward skirmishes, but we were dragged across the finish line by a really nice disengage there when Fred and Breon decided to pull the trigger on the bottom side. KT Rolster, the better team tonight, and they are going to, for the first time since franchise history, take a playoff spot.
They will. 2-1 victory, enough to guarantee it. They already had a 99.67% chance, but they got themselves that extra 3.3. as Lava does the most damage in the game.
Yeah.
Look at that Cuz damage, though. Man, he did the most on his team.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think, well, I mean, depends on who you are, but I think the Wukong is here to stay. I don't think this is kind of this weird freak thing we were seeing at the end of last week and then at the beginning of this week, which is just by some teams. Pretty much all of our playoff teams are prioritizing the Wukong very highly right now. They prioritize it even over the Aphelios. They then, of course, beat.
Thank you very much, guys. This is season 4 the POG interview joined by Vikla Cuz from KT Roaster. Congratulations. After 3 years, you guys locked in a spot in the playoffs. How do you feel? Yeah, I mean, I just joined KT, this year, and I'm glad that we were able to bring this team to playoffs after 3 years. I heard this is our first playoffs after the franchise, so I'm so happy. Cuz you played Vi for the first time this split, and the Ari Vi comp was the key playmaker in that game. However, Vi is not always too strong. Sometimes she get caught out. Whenever she goes in, it's either she dies or survives. But this time around, you guys are able to show off a great teamwork. Did you guys work on it a lot? Well, in scrims, we played Ari Vicomp a lot, and we are good friends, as you can tell. So we are pretty frank with each other. Whenever we make a misplay, we just share a lot of feedbacks. That was a bad play, we should change the play, so stuff like that. I agree with him. We have a lot of communications. And Cuz, I really have to mention this. Your smite in game number 1, your steals, you were stealing the Drake, you were stealing the Baron. Were you impressed by your own play? Recently, well, I've been winning a lot of smite fights, and I never get my objective stolen. So maybe it's a summer KT buff. I'm getting super lucky. The summer KT buff is kicking in for KT Roaster. So let's take a look at this replay over here. The Baron still by Cuz's Vi. Well, Vi is not the best pick to actually steal away objectives, right? Yeah, just like you said, Vi is not the best pick to go for a smite fight, but aiming is actually was doing a great job. He was with the extendo beam, he was able to chunk down the HP, so I was able to actually see the opening. Many people say smite fight is 50-50, but you said you also got lucky, with the KT buff in the summer. But whenever I watch you steal away the objectives, you look super confident. You always make it happen. So what happened recently? I guess, our confidence definitely, getting bigger and bigger. But however, there were some misplays today, so it's a bummer that the play was not that clean. I was not expecting that still, but he just went in and he got it, so I was pretty amazed. How did other players react to it? They were just so happy with the result. In game number 3, so Silas prior to that game was on a 7-game winning streak, but you guys actually went for the Wukong, Sejuani, Ari, some of the best picks with the best ults, kind of making the opponents to lock in Silas. Was that your strategy? We don't really mind whatever they lock in because our topside pick was so good, so we were not worried about what the opponents were going to play. Vikla, you are pulling off a lot of bold plays here in the LCK. Whenever you have to make plays, you just go in. Maybe sometimes it can be sink or swim, but you just go for the play. Well, as a team, our coaching staff always tell me that go with your confidence, that's the way you should play. And also, I myself also want to kind of play according to my feelings and how I want to make plays. It's not really that easy as a rookie to play with a lot of confidence and really aggressively, so I'm so happy to have a teammate like him. Well, game number 3 was pretty close for the early to the mid-game part, but the late game was the game ender. So I want to know about your Baron play there. So we were checking the blue trinket of the opponents and also the vision. We were controlling all the vision on the Baron side, and we were looking for that Baron angle. Yeah, we were, cleaning and controlling the vision around the Baron, and we had the information that they didn't have any wards around the Baron. And KT's next opponent will be Leap Sandbox. It's very likely that you'll be able to have a rematch in the playoffs as well. What are you looking for in that series? I think Leap Sandbox is on a great momentum. They're doing great. And my jungle opponent, Kroko, is doing great. So I think I really have to prepare hard for that matchup in order to make it a 50-50 or even to make help myself win that matchup. Leaf Sandbox is a very aggressive team, but I will not be scared, I will take the fights and, put up the best fight we got. This will be the end of the interview from Vikla Cuz from KT Roaster. Back to the carpet space. Thank you.